Okay, YouTubers, I am back once more, and we were gonna continue on playing the Jill campaign of the remake of the original Resident Evil here. And we need to confront Enrico first. He is down this way. I'm actually using one of my older controllers right now for that I had like on my Xbox One even, but yeah, like years ago. Like a few years ago. It's actually the same controller I attempted to plug into my old computer, but apparently the driver wouldn't come in. Okay. I am recording this video. I mean, the recording date is on election day. And I'm kind of wondering who's going to win the election this year. If it'll be Trump, if it'll be. I might as well not continue. Might as well avoid politics, despite the fact that it's election day. I voted, just so you know. I'm content with my vote. I don't know. But anyway, I just don't want to go that much more deeper into it. We need to focus here. Trying to see here if, oh yeah, I was gonna say, I was pretty sure I saw another man magazine for the handgun over this way. Alright. Oh, I accidentally hit the button. Seems like I find myself doing that even more on the PlayStation 5. Especially when I play Cowabunga Collection on there. Yep, that's right, I've got Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection on all three consoles.
Is that you, Jill?
Is that voice Enrico's?
Yeah.
You're alive.
Stop. Are you with anybody, Jill?
No, but why?
The stars are finished. Someone is a traitor. Umbrella shut us out.
You play the original version of Resident Evil, when you play the Chris campaign, I actually kind of noticed that Chris was almost, in that version, it almost seemed like Chris thought that Enrico was accusing him of being one of the traitors and all that, but it turned out it really was Wesker. But you could obviously tell that on the original version from '96 that Chris in that version kind of like felt like Enrico was possibly accusing him of being the traitor. You know, people are human beings, and sometimes they just can't really understand certain stuff, no matter how clear or plain English you try to put it. Hex crank. All right. Oh man, not. Good thing Jill had one of those on her. Okay, it's time to proceed. Okay, good. Yeah, my birthday is November 6th. That's coming up. Maybe the date I end up publishing this on YouTube. I even plan on doing a birthday vlog, but I don't know. That probably will have to wait to be uploaded, though. No problem with sharing it late. Oh, shit! Damn, man. What is wrong with you, I personally think those hunters are a lot worse than the original version, though. I gotta say, I mean, I was kind of thinking about maybe playing the original for my birthday on my Super Console X. I still have that thing. Yep, I had it for 3 years. I even shared a video of me opening up and testing it out, even though it took me a while to kind of figure out and get used to the ropes of it. But I'm a fast learner in many regards, so I even got that old PC of mine working too, in terms of the sound. I don't know if I'll be able to do any gaming on it anytime soon, since I don't have my old controllers that'll read the drivers on it. Alright. Go back and get the blue one. I think I might possibly end up needing it. But first, before I get the blue herb, I'm gonna do another save, because you never know, that boulder that's coming up could run right over Jill. So we'll need a lifesaver. Alright, now let's go on. Oh wait, I almost forgot we need to get the blue herb, and I didn't even empty. Yeah, 'cause I'm gonna need at least one slot open. Okay, now let's go in here. Run, Jill, run! Like, run, Forrest, run, my Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks. Remember the Mad TV parody of, it was a blend of Forrest Gump and Pulp Fiction called Gump Fiction? Yeah, Gump Fiction, yeah, it was, yeah, pretty funny sketch. If only that were a real movie, it'd probably even be better than the actual Pulp Fiction. Oh, damn it! Watch where you shooting that stuff, my dear. Take that, you spiders. You Virginia Doubtfire, dear. Don't mess with me. Down you go. still one up on top. I'm gonna see here if I can have Jill shoot. Oh. Oh man, that was far from a hit. Oh no! She's already been poisoned once. Your buddy's already beat you to it, buddy. Whoa, come on! Aw, damn. Oh man, poisoned again. Do I have any more blue herbs? I can't remember if I did or if I've used them all up. Gotta go back to that crate and check. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but I guess I got a little too hasty. Shotgun shells. Yeah, why not? Imagine if they made a version of Metal Gear Solid game and you could play as this version of Jill in it. That'd be a pretty cool DLC. For like a skin or whatever. And nope. Hardly any health containers left. Anyway, I'm going to go on ahead right now and have a save our progress. Okay. Be sure to mellow and yellow the hunters if they come by, which I know they will. But yeah, in the parody of Forrest Gump and Pulp Fiction, yeah, Gump Fiction, yeah, he like starts out, you know, in the preview, yeah, he's like, want a chocolate? I could eat like 1 million of these. Well, he said 1.5 million of, in the actual Forrest Gump, he said I could eat 1.5 million, but he said just 1 million in Gump Fiction. Pretty amazing on how all those Saturday Night sketches back in the day would just like imitate, emulate, or even like mimic over otherwise the original version of a movie that's already been made, and like just either make fun of it for laughs or just any of that stuff that goes around. Excuse me, sir. Yeah, man, my words ain't coming out right. Gosh, I try to like do an impression or whatever, and I'm always cut off by it somehow. I don't know if it has anything to do with nervousness, agitation, or perhaps that I have some sort of force intervening with me. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I asked you a question. Yeah, there came out right. Counteracted it. Look, I don't care about your darn chocolate. I'm diabetic, he says. What are you, dumb or something? Mama always says, dumb knows what dumb does. That ain't really how it was said, but oh shit! Though personally, when it came to Quentin Tarantino movies, I never really cared much for Pulp Fiction. Always preferred either Jackie Brown or the Kill Bill series. And in terms of John Travolta films, I think Get Shorty is way better of a film and more entertaining and funny. Keeps you on the edge of your seat than Pulp Fiction did. I mean, Pulp Fiction, I may be in the minority, but I personally kind of think it's a more or less overrated movie. I mean, I watched it, I kind of thought it was like 2.5 hours of sheer boredom in a lot of ways. I can't really explain why, but it's been several years since I last watched it. I might have to give it another watch, but I don't know if I really would have anything better to say about it then. Although, of course, you never forget the banter between John Travolta's character and Samuel L. Jackson's character about the quarter pounder with cheese, about what they call them in different nations like France and all that. Apparently, well, it's not really a Royale with cheese in France, but I think according to some sources, it's just simply called a royal cheese. A royal cheese, not Royale, royal cheese. A royal with cheese, not Royale. But who knows? I mean, in the 90s, they could have called it that. That's just to get it out, man. Alright, oh man, there it goes. It's turning again. I can imagine that would kind of feel like a top and spin, like what I had as a little boy when I was a little toddler in the early 90s. That top and spin, or whatever that thing was called. Turn and spin, like a turntable. You like turn around on it and you go spinning. But I never thought it was as good as an actual roller coaster or anything on the playground, however. Well, easy resolve. Oh man. Well, Jill just wanted to have a little fun again, I guess. Okay, we shall enter. I don't think we're gonna need this hex crank anymore, so put it away. I don't think we'll need this knife either. Okay, and I already know the code quite by heart. I've beaten this game dozens of times already, so I can put the battery in and go on ahead and enter the simple code. Not like the code in Spaceballs, but it's a pretty simple one, though. Yeah, but I'd say a guy with a very low IQ would have that combination on their luggage.
Barry? Thank God you're safe.
You too, Jill. A noise I heard brought me down here. I didn't expect to find a place like this. Have any idea as to what might be at the bottom?
There's only one way to find out.
I can hear Lisa again.
What the hell is that sound?
I thought you encountered her earlier and you said weapons were ineffective against her.
Go check it
You
out.
don't even recognize the sound?
I'm surprised.
Either that or maybe you just don't want to admit it,
I'll stay
Barry.
here and secure our escape route.
Yeah, because don't forget Barry's working behind closed doors with Wesker for Umbrella, even though it's against his will pretty much, and he's very reluctant. Oh no. Trouble ahead. It's too bad I couldn't get this vlog series done by Halloween, but oh well, at least I'm getting it done now, so I ain't really complaining that much. Yeah, but what I did on Halloween, was that I just wore my Mandalorian mask one day on the Halloween party I went to, and then I went to another one where I actually, 12 years ago I had the Scarecrow Ghostface costume from Scream. I mean, it was a scraped idea that the movies were going to do in the fourth one, but anyway, I still had the Scream Scarecrow outfit, and since I've been watching Scream, I actually, the next day, I had me like one of my toy size, and I just kind of did my Ghostface deck the next day. Worst of all, a lot of people kind of knew who I was the whole time, and it's kind of funny because there were a few people in the original Scream that already kind of hinted that Billy and Stu were Ghostface, especially Randy. But since Randy's that much of the horror expert and enthusiast, you would think he'd know better than to copy a killer's crime. That's why not very many people really suspected him, you know? Oh no, But man, I tell you, Dewey Riley got stabbed 2 times in the franchise, and nearly a third in the forehead, but luckily enough just the handle of the hatchet or, big knife actually hit him, I mean, it wasn't a hatchet, but like a knife, whatever that thing is that Ghostface uses to stab people. But yeah, it's like, knocks him right in the forehead, and then he takes a tumble down the stairs. Other than that, it wasn't nearly as brutal or gruesome as what he had to, it would ended up happening to him in the first 2 movies. It's like, you have the hero, like, because in many regards, I mean, Dewey could be looked at as the main protagonist of the franchise, even over Sidney Prescott, who's more maybe at like the damsel level, maybe in contrast, but the hero goes down, and it's like I was saying about Scream, it's up to the damsel to overcome the fears and rise above it all. After all, Sarah Michelle Gellar did that as Daphne in those live-action Scooby-Doo movies, which apparently had Stu from Scream as Shaggy Matthew Lillard. He's a hell of a good actor, too, I'll admit. I just don't think he really does a good job voicing Shaggy, but that's just my personal opinion. I mean, he did a whole lot better of a job, acting him live action in those first 2 movies. I mean, those movies have some nostalgia value, too, just like Scream and a lot of the shit from the 90s did. The 2000s, I'm just glad that people are kind of waking up more to that, because they see that there is nostalgia value to it. And I think even the 2010s kind of holds some nostalgic value, like the Grand Mac from McDonald's, for instance. If only they'd have brought that thing back. I tried the Chicken Big Mac. I didn't think it was really anything that special. I prefer the regular Big Mac over the chicken one. Yeah, the burger version of a Big Mac is way better than the Chicken Mac. I mean, it didn't taste horrible or nothing. I'm just saying it just kind of tasted a little bland compared to the regular Big Mac. And I've had like other special McDonald's items on the menu over the years, and I hate to say it, but I think the Chicken Big Mac, didn't really hold up to expectations. If only they'd have used some better chicken patties for it, like thicker chicken patties, I think I'd probably have more to say about it. But I really wanted to get this vlog done earlier today, but the weather, gosh, there was strong winds blowing and everything. And even this morning, not long after, just as I was about to get out of bed, the power even knocked out for like a fraction of a second, then went right back on because of I don't know, like something with the local power line or something, maybe an animal bit on it for a minute or something, who knows. But at least it's good to know that it didn't stay out nearly as long as it did like almost 2 months ago. That was horrible. We had that horrible storm here in Southwest Virginia that really had an impact on a lot of us. Not a nearby typewriter, so I really can't use that. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Too busy talking, I guess. But yeah, as I was saying, man, the power here, where I live, it was out for like 7, 8 hours that day, and I'm glad that it only stayed out for like a second this morning, man. I don't know what. But you know, it's kind of funny because a few times, even on my birthday, I had power outages at residence where I lived. I remember on my 12th birthday, we had a power outage. Like I was gonna say, on my 12th birthday in 1999, we had a power outage at the house I lived at up in the Chicago suburbs, and then in my birthday, my 18th birthday, you know, where I lived at in the Chicago suburbs, you know, was the last year I spent down there before I graduated high school, and that 18th birthday of mine had a power outage that year too, on my birthday. So I've experienced 2 birthdays where the power went out of my place. By experience, a third, I don't know what that could even mean. Family picture and notes. 1967, the year Whiter Shade of Pale came out. And back before more and more technology ruled the world. But Umbrella was at the beginning of its rising state in this world of Resident Evil. Oh, okay, wait a minute. I suppose I'm adequate enough at this game to go without saving now and save some more ink ribbons. The other day, I actually installed a few new games for my PlayStation 5, downloaded God of War 3, I downloaded... Apparently, they remastered Buzz Lightyear Star Command. I had that on the PC like years ago. It was like one of the few PC games I ever owned back in the day, when we had a PC to play it on and all that. And it was actually quite a lot of a fun of a game. I remember when playing it and downloaded it on my PS5, and its graphics system and stuff, you know, just pretty much as I remember, maybe with a little better sound quality and all that. But as for the frame rate, I can't really tell much difference there, but... And I also downloaded Star Wars Rebel Assault 2. I've had that game multiple times on the PS1. And against my will, each time I ended up losing it. Almost like fate didn't want me having it or to take a break or something, although it's a really good game. I never played the original Rebel Assault game, but kind of like in Star Wars Shadows of the Empire on how Dash Rendar was like a stand-in for Han Solo. It's kind of the same thing with Rookie One being a stand-in for Luke Skywalker. It's like when they made Star Wars games back in the day. It's almost as though they were like trying to find substitutes for the iconic characters like Luke, Han, Leia, and all that. But yeah, Rookie One was definitely had reminiscence of Luke Skywalker since he was a farm boy like him and all that, and a hotshot Rogue One pilot, basically another version, like another Maverick comparison when it comes to sci-fi. Actually take a shortcut over here. We don't have to cut back through the rest of the mansion. But yeah, that Star Wars Rebel Assault 2, however, I've always admired that game for some reason. I mean, it's got live action cutscene sequences, kind of like what the original Resident Evil even had, like in terms of its beginning and opener and like intro. Pretty amazing how like in the late 90s and even some of the 2000s, it's like they would actually integrate live action footage into video games, and we don't really even get that anymore. I mean, they have done it with some of the WWE games when it came to like showcase mode. They like put in like the actual footage from the actual like wrestling events that the actual story modes were after. And I know when it came to Star Wars games, Rebel Assault 2 wasn't the only one that was like that. I mean, even Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, I still have my copy on the original Xbox. And, to celebrate 20 years of that, I might even just do me a vlog on that, perhaps. But then again, I don't know. Because I also want to do a 10th anniversary of Arkham Knight in summer of 2025. Pretty amazing if you go to that door prematurely, you'll still hear the yawn of Lisa there. But yeah, I mean, you hear all the news and stuff going around about these games and stuff that we get more remasters and remakes of old stuff, and then you even find out like even games that have only been out for like maybe even like a year that you hear it's gonna like people are like disappointed because they said it was gonna go in higher frame rate and all that due to the like updates and stuff that the consoles and games itself make. And I mean, when it comes to frame rate, I can't always, if anything, I can tell the difference there, but I can definitely tell the difference in kind of the movement and stuff like the mouths of the characters and all that. That can kind of make a difference when it comes to like updates and new visuals and pictures and all that.
Start talking.
Calm down. I didn't want to do it. Believe me, I can explain.
Don't lie to me.
They need to make a Resident Evil game where you just play as Barry. That would be a hell of a thing to make. They have Revelations 2 and all that, but you're playing as that other little girl in it and stuff. And Natalia, I think's that girl's name.
Jill, hand me my gun. Thanks, Jill.
And if we do get Revelations 3, a good concept of it would be pretty cool to have like Ashley Graham return, and perhaps Sherry could even be there and stuff too, and you know, like Ashley could have like a melee weapon like Moira did, and Sherry could have the gun like Claire. Wouldn't be really a bad idea for a Revelations 3 concept. Whoa, whoa. Well, I guess it didn't matter which position you pushed it down in. One of the most tragic characters in Resident Evil, for sure. Poor Lisa. She could have grown up to be very beautiful, but fate had other plans, I guess. Okay, going on down. All right, now we enter the Umbrella Corporation lab, or one of them. crap. Ah, yeah, there we go. Right in the direct target. Yeah, I tell you, this music here really kind of sounds a little scary. It's got a bit of a science fiction suspense feel too. I already know the codes. I'm cheating a little bit here, but I gotta make time. I definitely know the login info because it's my name too. Yep, I know I'm a Jonathan by nature, not a John, but people call me John for short, and even in high school, and pretty much most of the years of my life, I've always spelt it with an H at the same time, Jon. When I was in school, I apparently had to for the grade book because there was like several other Johns that spelt it Jon, and whoa, 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 whoa. You know, when you play a Resident Evil game, it doesn't matter if it's like, you know, the first one, the second one, the first one, you know, this remake we're playing of the first one, or the RE2 remake, RE3 remake, RE4 remake, original. It's like, it doesn't really matter which of these titles you play. It's like, you know, they're all kind of special in their own way, I think. And so unique, it's like, you know, even when it comes to the remake and its original, and to some extent you're playing an entirely different game, it kind of feels. But of course, it's kind of good to know that at least this one, as well as the RE2 remake and even 4 remake, maybe not so much the 3 remake, but when it came to at least 3 of these remakes, they were love letters to the original, which was splendid. Still don't have the MO disc yet. I guess we can probably pick that up. I'll be back for the rest of it. I gotta go back and put some stuff in the crate. I entered the lab with haste. But I've only got so much time to do this vlog and share it, so... Walk silently, that way it don't wake up into a crimson. I think I know just what to do with it. Okay, here we go. That way it won't be chasing us at the end. Yep, I remembered that too. Okay, we want to get the good ending, so we... Oh, wait. Oh, just go away already. Huh. I can't even get out of there. Ain't no pesticide, but I guess it does the trick. Man, it was on... I don't think that's ever happened before where it's went on the ceiling like that in this area. First time I had that happen. That was actually pretty cool, I think. Man, I probably would have had nightmares for weeks if that had happened to me in real life. Alrighty-o. I probably won't be able to record everything that I play in this walkthrough here because I do got to make time and stuff, so some of this will probably be skipped as well and won't make the cut. And I don't want to have to, spend any longer on this, so I've got other responsibilities that I kind of need to focus on here and stuff. Other things I need to do, man. If only life weren't so short. Okay, we've unlocked the door. Be able to get the good ending now. You know, a lot of the times I played this, I mean, I just like was out of time, or I just didn't really think of it. It didn't occur to me where like the third MO disc console was, and I like ended up like having like Chris or Jill not save one or the other.
Jill?
Chris, you're alive.
Of course I'm alive. Jill, there's something big going down, and I don't think we're part of the equation.
I have to get you out of here. Ugh, it won't open. Wait, I'll be back to get you out.
Okay, no sightseeing though.
No sightseeing though. Okay. Time to move along. And here comes Barry.
Could have at least waited up for me,
Let's go.
Yeah, what did you do earlier when you left her behind and went up the elevator? Yeah, but at the same time, he wants to not blow his cover yet.
Wesker!
Wesker was the brains behind it all.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, don't blame Barry for everything. I hear that his better half and two lovely daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
Wesker, you're pathetic.
Well, you shouldn't worry too much, dear. We'll be free of all this anyway.
Why eliminate stars?
Believe it or not, that's Umbrella's intention.
You're just a slave of Umbrella.
Smart girl, but I think you misunderstand me. The things you mentioned are nothing. I'll burn all of them along with this entire laboratory. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry,
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
you and Umbrella took his family. You bastard.
Umbrella? Well, I used some carrots and sticks to count it, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used Barry for my personal interests. Though both you and Barry seem to think I was following Umbrella's orders.
What? What are you planning?
I guess it's time for show and tell. It's
Man,
magnificent.
Wesker, what are you doing following comic book villains?
You know,
How can you possibly think you can get away with something like this yourself? More importantly, where'd you get the profit?
Barry!
Forgive me.
No, you're not to blame. It's Umbrella and Wesker.
Even if it meant my family, I couldn't bear turning my back on my friends again. Shit!
That's not good.
Damn it!
Jill and Barry together. In hell.
You want a piece of me?
What? Premature.
No, Barry! You viral cultured freak!
Oh no.
Barry! Barry! You're okay.
Jill, sorry. That was careless of me. Wesker,
He's gone.
first, let's just get out of here. Wesker must have set it off. Let's hurry.
Whoa. Oh no. Ah! Now Jill can free Chris.
Jill,
Sorry about the wait.
so everything's taken care of?
Well, almost. Now let's get the hell out of here.
you know, all of a sudden I'm kind of wondering, how did Chris get the gun when he was in the cell? Like, he's carrying a gun already. I don't know, unless Jill may have let him, like, in the storyline, maybe give him one of hers. But you see, when you play the Chris campaign, Chris doesn't have a gun then. He picks up Jill's. And it's like, you know, since all he had was a knife, it's like, kind of makes you wonder how he ended up getting the gun, unless Jill, like, maybe even, like, in-game, off-screen, maybe just handed it to him or something, but...
Come on, hurry!
Oh, about passed it up. I hate that bloody camera angle. Oh, wait. Do this, but...
Damn it! We're almost there! Jill, you just get in contact with Brad.
No!
We can make it. Jill, ladies first.
Chris!
Would you let me have my moments too?
All right. We'll rendezvous at the heliport.
Oh, man. Hit the button too soon again. Alright, anyway, let's go. I'm making Jill Valentine look like Cindy Campbell from the Scary Movie franchise. Wayans brothers.
Jill!
You made it.
Come on, put him down. Oh, no. Come on, Brad, just send the thing down already. She can't hold him off no more. You're our Wonder Woman, Jill. Ah, great. Aw, that didn't work. Aw, man. This better. Ah, down you go. Well, once again, beat the game.
Jill, you did a fine job.
Well, I guess this is it. This concludes the vlog of Resident Evil, the Jill campaign. This probably won't be the only time I share myself playing this game on this channel, but I hope those of you who decided to tune in enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked it and found it suitable enough. If not, I apologize. Anyway, I'm signing off.